What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another sidecast. I need to find other names for other stuff. Like I said before last week, obviously the ideas of like using the gallows in the title, even though it is my other, it's like my, I almost want to say it would be my company name if I ever made an LLC. The gallows, the media idea. Um, it feels on becoming of recent events and stuff. So I'm just been going with the Syfaxx moniker. I'm gonna keep using that until I figure out something else to do because it just doesn't feel right. Um, with that being said, this is still probably not going to deal with a lot of media stuff. Usually, my channel deals with like pop culture, media stuff, movies, whatever. Um, this is still going to be having to do with a lot of what's been going on. Obviously, over the last week, it's been 1 week since that tragic assassination of Charlie Kirk and the stuff that's been coming out about it, and people who have been dealing with the repercussions of it. And it started making me realize why one side is the party of creation and one party is the side of destruction, right? And we've seen it laid out for us. We've seen it happen in people's hypotheticals. All of a sudden, aren't hypothetical anymore because, well, now they got no leg to fucking stand on because their hypotheticals didn't work out. Like, case in fact, the simplest thing ever is like, I don't know, a known drug addict who was known for, well, who got caught, who got convicted of robbing and like holding a pregnant woman at fucking knife point, got martyred, got a fucking statue in his name, and had cities burned down around him over his name, and then found out that actually he died of a drug overdose. That guy is a martyr. But Charlie Kirk, who simply wanted to go and debate people at colleges and stuff, um, yeah, he's the bad guy. We can't do that for him. No, we can't do anything like that for him. The guy who like is not just resonating with millions of people, who has converted many of people, who has, and in the description here, construction and destruction here, he has created probably millions of more Christians, or at least people who are willing to look at the book in general, myself included. I'm about to go pick up a Bible once I get paid this week. I'm gonna go pick one up. I'll go ahead and flaunt it around, whatever. Like, I don't know. I want to own one. I want to read it properly. I know some stuff from it here or there. I want to say the basics, but at the same time, whatever. You know what? I'm curious. It's probably not going to convert me. I'm not going to all of a sudden become a religious channel or anything like that. But it's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and read this because obviously it's been a big piece of a huge movement, and it's a part of creation, and it is something from creation. And the left is seeking to destroy things, and I think it's just obvious in their actions and the way that they are reacting, and the way that the people that are reacting to this. Like, even in his death, he has created more Christians. Like, he has created more than he took away, like, or that got taken away, which is crazy. So I think the idea of destruction versus creation would be a good topic of discussion. And we'll get into some of that. I mean, we don't have to get too deep into it. I just thought it was interesting. I was thinking about it a lot today when I was just driving around. I was listening to people talk on certain podcasts and whatnot. And I started, I know, weighing those two things. I was like, because we always hear, it's like, oh, the left always takes, they deconstruct. Nobody ever creates anything. And I was like, you know what? A lot of this is kind of right. A lot of this is actually very true. And it's like the only time they create anything, they create something to take away from something else. They're just like, oh, we created a new character, but it actually takes away from another character that's already there, and vice versa. Like, that's kind of just all over the place with this stuff. And it's happening so much that I'm like, well, this idea of creation like destruction versus creation, I thought it was interesting. We'll see if we can balance it out. Maybe we can find some middle ground with it. I don't know. I don't think we will find a middle ground. I think we'll realize that there's a lot more destruction going on than creation, and the people that are creating stuff are actually probably more in the right, and that has many meanings. So we'll see what comes of that. And yeah, like I don't know, it's just been something that's been rattling in my head kind of all day, and I was like, I've been wanting to talk about it, and I was hoping somebody would actually respond, and one of my friends actually did respond because they actually had time tonight. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and actually stop what I was saying and read out the comments first, like I normally do, because I keep a tight ship here, and clearly I am organized as I've always been and always will be. With that being said, we got SJ saying, "Hail Calypso and Syfaxx." What's going on, SJ? Calypso was literally just on that desk like 20 seconds ago. I should have read that earlier. Damn it. Smash that like button. Yes, please hit that like button. You know what? It'd be great, guys. And I mean, you don't have to, but it'd be cool. Just leave a comment, and you could just be like, thumbs up, whatever. I've noticed sometimes comments in the videos that I do. Well, I haven't been doing videos lately, but even in the streams that I've been doing, usually just a thumbs up or whatever, kind of like it helps boost it a little bit out there. I have noticed it might only be like 15, 20 people. My channel's obviously very small, but stuff like that, it does help. And I appreciate it regardless. And yeah, let's see here. We got, dude, Andrew Warden is here. You're up this late? Fuck yeah, Andrew Warden is like one of the best mods out there. Obviously, you've seen him on plenty of channels. He's over there at oh my god, what channels you're on, dude? I can't even remember. No, I'm kidding. He's over at the DA's channel. That's the main one I've seen him at. He's over here. Actually, I've even seen him in some of like our smaller channels out there. This guy's killing it. He's all over the place. Thank you, Andrew, for fucking killing it and throwing out all the links to all the people that are on. You're awesome, brother. I appreciate it, man. You're amazing. SJ, like all these people. Emily Kruger, hail to you, Emily Kruger. Hopefully you're keeping up with your art stuff. I haven't seen anything lately. I've been not watching a lot of stuff. I watch like a podcast while I'm doing deliveries or something, and I just leave that on. And when I'm driving, there's like a sensor in the truck that I'm on, so I can't sit there and scroll around, which is probably good because I shouldn't be doing that while I'm driving anyways. So once I click on something, I'm stuck on that until I'm done with my route. So it's nothing against anybody. I just haven't been watching as much stuff. But yes. Jordan says, your voice didn't heal from last time. Don't push it. And he says, whoops, my bad. Okay, that's not us. He says, bruv. So I'm assuming that might be a UK friend of his. DK Bones with the hell Syfaxx. What's up, DK Bones? What's going on, brother? Hopefully work is going good for you and you have a decent night and it's not too hectic. Nestor Panios, what's up? Hell Syfaxx. What's going on, Nestor Panios? Always great to see you, brother. Dragon Master Zero. What the hell? All hell to you, Dragon Master Zero. You're always fucking killing it, man. I mean, maybe tonight I can throw my banner out there and you'll shoot me another 15 to help pay for the next month of StreamYards, and then maybe I'll start streaming more. I think my next paycheck I'm actually going to buy an air conditioner so I can start actually recording stuff up here, because I get home and dude, my room is so hot. I get up here and it's hotter in my room than I've been outside when I'm moving steel and shit around, and I'm like, how is it hotter up here? This is crazy. And I'm like, my poor computer. I need to get an air conditioner up here. And I think I found one that I think will work for this room. That's relatively cheap. It's only about $150. But even then, once I buy it, it's going to take like, a half a week to get here. But at least now I can start upgrading stuff here. I can maybe get a better camera, because apparently people say they can't see me, even though I think my camera looks fine on my screen. Whatever. I mean, look, people know what Calypso looks like. How do you see my like black and white cat, but the red and white dude on the screen? You can't define me in person. You liars. Liar, fool. So California is still heating up because it's still cool over here in the East Coast. Yes, it's kind of weird because it's like we had a couple nice days. Like it was chill in the morning, and I can always tell when it's going to be really hot because I leave roughly about the same time, maybe a 1 to 3 minute difference. And then there's a certain turn I take to a certain street, and depending on how like much that sun is like glaring off of my windshield, I can tell how hot it's going to be. Basically, like because like I can get in there and we have coffee at where I work, and it's like okay, and it's a small cup of coffee. It's not like I'm chugging like a huge thing of coffee. It's like a 2.5 shots of coffee. And if I can drink that and not start sweating once I start just moving around, I'm good. If I can just look at the coffee machine before I even get there and I'm already sweating, I'm like, this is going to be a rough day. And I've had a couple of those lately. It's brutal. It's brutal. Rockefeller Plaza says California is burning. Is it burning again? I haven't heard anything. Nobody's said anything. It's not burning near me, at least. I had Dragmaster Zero again with Hail Emily. Your artworks are really nice. Keep it up. Get to 1K. Dude, she's going to get to 1K before I get to 500. She's out there killing it. Hail to Emily. You're killing it. Keep it up. Keep it up. With that being said, let me go ahead and introduce, I know, somebody by my side. It's always been there. Always been there. Always been there. Weed is by my side. It's always been there. Rockefeller Plaza, what's going on, brother?
Hello. What's going on, my brother? What's going on with you?
Just chilling, man. Yeah, no, I've been dwelling on this idea like all day, and that's why I sent out the message. It was a little late because I was like, I don't really have topics, and as much as I want to get back into topics of like typical pop culture stuff, and there is some stuff that's going on. One of the articles that you sent me was actually something that I was kind of going to be bringing up in general,
okay,
and like how people felt about it. But I mean, since you brought it, go ahead and throw
it
the
yeah, I didn't have it brought up or not. I just sent you the picture. I just you'd Syfaxx and messaged me and said,
yeah, no, I've been seeing that.
Like
I'm bad at bringing I'm bad at bringing in articles and stuff. Like I just been reading all this stuff and hearing about it all day, and I'm like, I've been trying to think of where I land on a lot of it. And
I'll tell you where I land on it. Let me start by bringing it up first. You know what I mean? So we know.
Well, let's start with what we're talking about.
Yeah, right here.
What we're talking about.
All right, so I got it. I'll share it right now. So apparently, if anybody hasn't heard today, big news about free speech with Syfaxx talking about. SAG-AFTRA is publicly condemning the decision to suspend Jimmy Kimmel's show. Jimmy Kimmel's show has been suspended today. Apparently, the FCC came out and made a complaint that he was. I don't know if he was. They were saying that he was spitting false information by trying to say that it was the Charlie Kirk shooter was possibly a MAGA supporter. I don't know if that's what they were claiming, that because he's supposed to be like a news outlet, I guess. And he was
because
he's an entertainment show, but it was a news.
They fall under the FCC.
Right?
They fall under that. His show does, and what he put out there was blatantly false information.
And it's the news segment, so it wasn't the entertainment segment. Meaning, which I said the other day, I was like, when you got off right where I was like getting to the point, I was like, peanut butter. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's some peanut butter that's so much sugar and hydrogenated oil, it's fucking delicious, but they call it peanut spread. This isn't news.
Which is like
entertainment.
Nutella, like Nutella.
Yeah, he fucked up by saying this is a news. This is the news segment. Well, the news segment would let you know that there's no identification of the shooter.
Like he stated,
it as
he's like, they're trying to spin it like this, but guess what? It's actually one of you. Until it's like, I don't know, 2 minutes later, all of a sudden it's like, no, actually it's not. And that's why I even heard Gary from Nerdrotic and Chris Gore going over it, and they were like, well, what time did this come out? Because it's like, did he not have that information? Because I could see people spreading this information 1 or 2 days after it happened, but even within 1 or 2 days, you started to already see that, and then the obvious implications of what is actually going on with this. And the main fucking overhanging thing of all of this is, why would somebody from our side, let's say it's our side, would do something like this to someone like us? It's stupid. It makes no sense. It does nothing. Like, it would be the dumbest thing ever. It would actually, like, if this came out and it was like, by the way, it was actually somebody who was a hardcore MAGA, like, it would actually bring that back, and it'd be like, wow, your own people are that crazy. Like, you'll try to make a fake martyr or something. It's like, that doesn't work. And in the day of information of what we're in a day of information. We have information at the tips of our fingertips. We have instant access to so much stuff, instant access to knowledge, like, which is crazy, because in the age of information, whatnot, we still have some of the dumbest fucking children out there. We have the dumbest college kids. We have the dumbest, like, everything out there, which is insane to me. It's like, you have the most access to all the stuff, and it's because literally of that reason, because they just sit there, use their phones, and they just, they chat GBT all their answers, and they're like, well, I guess now I'm a doctor because I passed all the stuff. And it's like, I mean, I'm sure those are a little bit harder tests, but let's just say, for example, somebody did. Do you want this next generation working on you? Do you want them caring for you? Do you want them, the way that they react to, like, these people in healthcare, right? Do you want them the way that they react to an assassination of somebody? Do you want them to react or to be in charge of your health because you're in hospice or something like that? I totally understand why they are getting fired, because it's like, you're basically disregarding your Hippocratic oath, like that. There's stuff like that are,
there's different jobs. I mean, different jobs. Like, again,
of course.
Doctor is one thing. Jimmy Kimmel is a fucking late night host. So if you're just now joining us, we're talking about how the FCC came to the decision to suspend Jimmy Kimmel and take him off the air. The SAG-AFTRA has come out and made a response. How, of course, like Syfaxx saying, let's say the FCC is Republican. Was it in his
defense or
the SAG-AFTRA? It's you think SAG-AFTRA is Democratic?
It's probably in his defense.
Exactly. So first, we're going to play what Jimmy Kimmel said, just to get everybody caught up.
New lows over the weekend, with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
So that's basically what he said. This was after they found out all the things about about the person. He went out of his way to say it intentionally, even though he knew it was a lie, just because that's what he does.
Is their way of deflecting, like, this obvious thing that the right has been saying for a long time, which is, look, you could grow up Republican, you could grow up around all this, you could grow up around Christianity, and a lot of people reject what they grew up around. Like, I know I did. I mean, I was like, I can look at just my life and as a perfect example of that. I mean, it didn't radicalize me against Christianity and stuff like that. I was just like, I'm not going to be a Christian. I'm not going to be this. I'm not going to be that. It didn't make me like hate everybody that was against that. It just made me want to combat them in a verbal debate. And I'd be like, okay, prove me wrong. Right. That's all I fucking did. And I look into that now and I'm like, holy crap, the kind of shit that I did in high school, the way that I talked in high school, like, that could technically have got me shot nowadays and killed. That's crazy. Cause all I did was like, and that's why I stopped doing it, was because it was so divisive, but also because the same thing that I've said plenty of times here on this. Yes, I was young and I didn't know, but it was also something I've said plenty of times on this channel, which is, when I grew up, the two things you don't talk about at parties, and I was kind of a party kid, it was politics and religion. You don't bring those two things up. Every time you do that, it's going to be a fucking shit show. It doesn't matter what side. It doesn't matter what side of the fucking aisle you're on. It was just something you don't talk about because everyone's there to have a good time, and those two things make you not have a good time.
Like I mentioned the other night on The Office, I said, there's nothing wrong with studying religion. You don't have to practice it. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. That's why I even brought it.
Study fucking different languages. You don't have to fucking practice it and speak only Japanese everywhere you go. You can know it. And when you go to that foreign soil, be familiar with the area because you know how to speak their language now. You know how to speak it every fucking, just like Christianity. When we were talking earlier, you might pick up a Bible. I wouldn't suggest getting a Trump Bible. I'd go to, you know what? They're pretty fucking expensive. I'd go to a Goodwill and see there's an old one, a nice fucking intact one you can get for $5 fucking at the max. And give Goodwill, somebody that just got a job, another 100%. Fucking hour on their paycheck. And you would find out that if you read, a little bit of it nowadays, you can just say, hey, this isn't preachy gospel. What I thought it was. This is just a life lesson.
Enough within like within the Bible and stuff like that. It's like you're gonna find a lot of life lessons and stuff like that. That's what it's for. It's kind of like a guide towards, like, I mean, that's why like the Ten Commandments and stuff like that exist, and that's why they're kind of thrown out there and everything that people know and stuff. Like people just know those inherently because that's what you're taught. Like shit, like it's not even the golden rules in the Bible, but it's like something like the golden rule is always kind of known, whether regardless. Like there's things that are in there that are just known without having to ever read the Bible, right? There's stories, Samson like cutting off his hair. It's like I know stories like that. It's like, but I've never read it. It's like I still know these stories just from the zeitgeist of being around people. Like we're in a Christian country. I'm around people who are around that, and I know these stories. And then media and stuff like that, you just kind of know these things based on literally the zeitgeist of what you're around. And it kind of works out. But all right, we'll keep talking about stuff like this. But it's like I even said in DA's last stream, I was like, hey, this whole event and stuff, and I've seen other people mention it before, where it kind of like affected me in a way where I was like, I didn't realize that I actually cared this much. But
I always tell people it's okay. Whenever it makes fun of me, call me Rocket Shilla. The reason that is because I was always more Democratic. You don't have to stand a ground. Like right now, it's Republican versus Democrat. I'm not Republican. I voted for Republican. I lean more Democratic for a lot of I don't give a fuck if some gay dude wants to fucking marry his fucking boyfriend. I can get two shits. Some guy wants to whack off his tallywhacker.
Same with that.
I mean, whatever. I got big ass holes in my fucking ears. I didn't ask the government to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Just like if I want to say something at my job, I would be smart enough not to say it in front of a fucking customer or next to a coworker that I felt would offend them. Somebody like you, you get along all day. I'd take a risk by saying this guy's kind of my friend.
Dude,
you're at work, you're a coworker. I was smart. Know how the world works.
I was tripping out the other day. Like, so I'm at my job, which is a plumbing supply company. And I was sitting there and like, I'm in the warehouse area because I'm like low level now. Like, I was just like, fuck it. But oddly enough, I'm paid $1 less than where I was when I was making like, I was like the boss of another company. And I was like, holy shit, I'm only paid $1 less. And I got to not deal with anybody else. And everybody just is, I was like, oh, this is fucking easy. And I'm sitting there just restocking stuff. And like, I heard a dude, it was clearly a white dude. And I know the front desk. The front desk is nothing but Hispanic dudes. And one of the dudes makes a comment and like, oh, actually, they're like, he's telling a joke. And he tells a joke. And I haven't heard this word in years. He's like, he makes a joke with the word beaner in it. And I was like, I haven't heard the word beaner in like probably 4 or 5 years. Like even with all the immigration and everything going on, I was like, I haven't heard that that kind of word. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, so I had to peek around the corner, and it's a white dude talking to the desk guy, who is like probably the most like blatantly Hispanic dude, because everyone else is probably like a little bit more light mixed, I guess. If I were to have to really judge him or whatever. Which I don't, but it's like, I was like, holy crap, I haven't heard that word. It took me off guard because I was sitting there just like, I'm counting shit. I'm just doing my, like, I'm low man on the totem pole shit, like whatever. And I heard that and I was like, what the fuck? What just happened over there? And I was like, oh my God. And then I go over there and they're just exchanging jokes. It's just, and I was like,
again, it depends on where you are.
For me, it was so nice to be back to like proper blue collar work, because that's how every blue collar job I've ever been at. Everybody just talks shit. everybody's just having a good time. Everybody's exchanging jokes and everyone's having a good time. And I was just like, there you go.
Well,
And
to me, it depends on who you are. Again, if you're a teacher, if you're an educator, if you're
everyone was just laughing about it. They're all plumbers, and they're
if
like,
you're in healthcare or something. In healthcare, I mean by like in healthcare, like doing something like a doctor,
plumbing department and everything. It's like, dude, you literally all deal with shit all day. Like,
it could be a problem too, though. Again, depending on if there's customers around that don't go for that. Saying stuff in the back is one thing. You got to make sure that nobody's around. Somebody could get offended. I've worked with a lot of customers being an electrician. Doing a house call. So I just learned to keep that fucking. Don't say it.
Everyone is pretty.
We're talking about the job while we're there.
Everyone is
talking about the job, or you're not fucking. So it's like.
I've noticed, and what I've really appreciated about this job that I got, I was like, man, it was really cool to see how tight knit everyone was real quickly, and it was just like, hey, as long as you're like, it reminded me of like most blue collar jobs I got. It's just like, it's weird being the low man on the totem pole when you're 36, and I'm just like. I was like, fuck it. I need a job, man. Let's go. And everyone's looking at me.
72. It's okay.
Well, yeah, no. It's like, dude, there's like, I can already tell that they're looking at me like just the way that they talk and they interact with me. It's just, I don't know. It's different. It's a different experience where I'm just like, I can see that they're like, yeah, even though they put me on a forklift or whatever, they're just like, and I'm like, yeah, I got like 8 years of forklift experience. And they're like, okay, go for it. When they have one of the younger guys do it, they're just like, you'll see one of the bosses just sitting there fucking eyeing them like Hawkeyes, like, what the fuck are you doing there? They're just watching them. I jump on it and they're like, oh, we don't give a shit. That guy knows what he's doing. And I'm like, there you go. You can see a difference. Like, you can see the difference in just the way that you're moving, or like even moving a machine, like moving machinery. It's kind of funny. I don't know, and not to talk myself up too much, but at the same time, it's like, I know what the fuck I'm doing. And people see it.
It's all right. Other people know that too.
I like to know that other people realize that it's like, that guy got experience. That you can.
They don't.
It's a difference. It's a difference.
Welcome to the real world. They don't know this. So SAG-AFTRA came out and fucking released statements after FCC said they were going to get rid of him. And this is basically the statement. I'll read it real quick. SAG-AFTRA condemns the suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live. Our society depends on freedom of expression. Suppression of free speech and retaliation for speaking out on significant issues of public concern run counter to the fundamental rights we all rely on. Democracy thrives when diverse points of views are expressed. The decision to suspend airing Jimmy Kimmel Live is a type of suppression and retaliation that endangers everyone's freedoms. SAG-AFTRA stands with all media artists and defends their right to express their diverse points of view and everyone's right to hear them.
Wrong.
I agree. Again, if I'm not a teacher, Jimmy Kimmel's not a fucking teacher. He goes on late night, and that stupid bitch that came out and said, I'm Antifa on Sucker Punch. She's making a video game where you ask for the most out of the box thinkers, the one percenters that come here and create.
He wasn't expressing an opinion. He was expressing it as
that's where it becomes problem. When you say that this is the news portion of the show, you need to be like TMZ and say this is all entertainment. There is no news portion of this show. He was expressing it as fact, and that's where he fucked up. And I can agree with you on that. But at the same time, he believed every fucking word that he said. Even if he knows he's lying, he's a sociopath. He's one of the people that as he says it enough, he'll start to fucking believe it. He's got TDS. I see it for what it is. That's why I'm not left or right. I'm in the middle, just watching it all happen. Like, oh, that dude, he definitely got TDS. Oh, that's you saying that because you're a Trump supporter. No, I'm a Trump fucking voter. I voted for Trump this time because I didn't vote for Kamala. Boo-hoo. Cry all you want.
I'd actually probably be I'm actually probably more on board with you with that. Where it's like, it's not that I'm a supporter. Like, I'd probably be considered more right-leaning, whatever, in general. But it's like, what I was looking at was, look, obviously whatever the Democrats have been doing has been failing. Let's give somebody else a shot, and it happens to be a Republican, but whatever. The other thing that was a big factor in my vote was The last time that my money went the furthest happened to be the 4
Yep.
years under Trump. My money went the
Yep.
furthest. It was like, wow, those 4 years, like
And it's
I got to
starting to do it
do a lot of
again.
cool
It's
shit.
already
And
starting to do it again for people that
I'm
actually work and
I'm already
save.
saving a bunch of money and everything.
People are already probably
going
paying
kinda
their
great.
bills back off within 6 months. They're already probably starting to see a level out to where it's like, oh shit, I'm not paying as much as I was this time last year. People that actually fucking work and pay
Dude,
into the system
even
properly.
here in California, it's like, so gas started to go back up, but it was because they passed a bill that actually added 65 cents to the fucking gas bill, or like as far as cars go. So it's like, yeah, your gas is going up. It's going to eventually go up 65 cents from what it should be compared to other states. But that's because it's California. So California is garbage. So you can go ahead and throw that shit out the window. But before that, that shit dropped below $4. I haven't seen it down below $4 in like 4 years, something like that. Because this year, at this time last year, or actually even when this started, the same time last year, that shit was like 540, 550. At the same time, it was like $4 this year compared to last year. It's like, okay.
I'm crying.
Also when
I
these
like
people are
to move
complaining
to
about
my
egg prices at the beginning of this year, literally just in January. So when Biden was still president in January, that shit was $9 plus out here. $9. And I'm at like the outskirts of LA. It's now down to like it actually got down to like 380, and then it went back up. It's been sitting around like 420 to 460.
gas was $9 fucking.
So people sitting there being like, egg prices aren't cheaper. It's like, dude, I live in LA. I live in the worst place possible for these prices, technically. And you want to sit there and fucking complain about it? Bullshit.
Yeah, I remember gas got up to like over $4 here on the East Coast. I live in Carolina. It was for something.
$4 for you guys might be like, you'd be like,
which is a lot. Which is a lot.
Right.
It was over $4. It was $4, maybe mid-$4 in some places. But I don't pay. I pay $3 now, average. Sometimes I pay $2.50, $2.80, $2.75.
I might got another guest that wants to join us.
Who?
Find his name. We might got Psyker Mantis coming up here.
Oh shit, Alex! He's been working his ass off. So if he joins, that'd be awesome. My man been
Alex, brother, I sent you a link in the chat. Let me go ahead and while he takes,
we'll talk to everybody. I'll say Joseph Landon, what up, bro? Hey to you too.
What's going on, Joseph?
I see.
Ghost of Yote will have its reckoning because of her. Ooh, yeah. Brutal.
I was going through
Jimmy Kimmel signed a contract with the ABC. Yes. And that's the other thing with the ABC and all this stuff. It's like they sign these contracts, and it's the same thing with all these people that are getting fired. Like, there's a lot of things in your contracts. Like, I even remember like with this new job that I just got, which was barely a month or so ago, there's actually like social media stuff in the contracts where it's like, I couldn't do social media live. Like, even if I wanted to go live and talk to people, I wouldn't do it in my uniform or anything like that at any point. Cause it would be, even if I was just sitting there being like, I work for the best company ever, they could be like, you're fired. It wouldn't matter. It's like, because you're breaking that contract or whatever. Like, that's just for that company, this company. I'm sure there's other companies that have stuff like that. They're cutting away that social media stuff in general. So whether you're talking good or bad or whatever, like, they have all the reason to get rid of you, and then you don't get your unemployment and all this stuff. And then if they fire you, this is kind of some of the stuff that I wanted to get into, which is like, there's so many of these people that go for it.
You want to see something funny? This was what Kimmel, the night he was talking about it. This part was pretty funny. He was talking about Trump is asked about Charlie Kirk's death, and Trump does a Trump. This is pretty hilarious. So we'll watch this real quick.
Some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them.
We've heard this part, right?
To score,
but heard this part, which is all a lie.
After we get past that,
Friday, the White House flew the flag.
He asked him about Charlie Kirk, and Trump's response is hilarious.
On a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half?
Well, he already asked. He's already been asked this like 10.
They just started construction.
Let me go back. You started speaking the second he started fucking talking.
Day and a half, sir. I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get.
Yeah, he deflects it.
150 years, and it's going to be a beauty.
Yeah, he deflects it. They pick one clip where he actually deflects it, but it's like if they ask, like, there's other clips of him talking about how like sad he is or whatever. But it's like I've been asked this like fucking
1,000 times. He's trying to move on. It's
here.
sad to say, but life has to move on eventually. You know, people don't want to get, you know, and this in the news.
Yeah, and when you're the president, you're plagued with like, I don't know,
a lot of things.
Probably 1,000 things a day, and you're lucky to maybe get 5 responses, maybe 10 responses. For
like some people don't know that we finally got the guitar.
Happen.
We finally got the guitar Boeing 747 delivered this week. From the Guitar royal family, they delivered the Boeing 747, and we're taking it into the renovations, baby. Said no more than 2 years. Conservatives are saying it'll cost up to $2 billion.
Yeah, Alex, I did send you the link in.
Conservatives are saying 400 million.
Alex, Syfaxx in X. I did send you the link, brother. So you do have the link. You are welcome to join whenever. I'll be looking out for you. With that being said, let's see here. It looks like we already said hi to Joseph Lanham. What's going on, brother? We also got Stacy Gardner says, yo, Stacy Gardner. Hey, man, if you're free and available, you are welcome to join on as well. We're just talking, but I will probably, I don't know. I kind of have a rant that I want to go on, but I will wait for other people to like say their piece on some stuff. And then I have some stuff that I don't know. I feel like I almost want to get off my chest, and the way that I want to do it, it's not that I don't want to be interrupted, but actually, no, I don't want to be interrupted. So I'd rather let's talk about some stuff, and maybe I'll just do it towards the end of whatever we're talking about. But yeah, if people want to jump on and talk and say their piece on some of this stuff, I have some stuff that I want to say, because the whole destruction versus creation thing, I have a lot that I just kind of want to say. So
I know it's fresh. I just know it's fresh in people's mind right now. And it hurts, you know, that somebody like Charlie got, you know, is gone, but we live in America for free speech.
That's actually
living here don't live in America.
No.
Is like,
that's fine. That's fine. Those aren't the people that I'm actually concerned about. What I'm more, it's not even that I'm concerned about it. Is more what I've started to realize. What made me realize more the left versus the right kind of ideals and everything that's going on. And I mean, there's obvious ones. There's the obvious ones that I pointed out at the beginning of the stream. But it's like there's something that I kind of just want to kind of go off on for a bit, and I will, and I'm just kind of building up towards it in my head and what I want to kind of go off on. But until then, I would like to hear from a bunch of other people. Like, hold on, we're going to bring on Psyker. Let's bring on a friend, and let's see if we're going to be safe or not safe. If we're going to be safe, or
I think we're dealing with a very, very, very smart person, or a very, very, very stupid person. And so we are very, very, very much in danger, or very, very, very much safe.
Psyker Mantis, what's going on, Alex? How you doing, brother?
How's my mic?
Your mic is good, man. Your mic is good. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. How's everybody doing?
Psyker, what up?
Good. Always good to hear from you, brother.
Yeah, man. I've been all over the place. I just got back from San Diego.
Nice,
GG,
nice.
man.
I haven't seen you since Chris Gore's birthday, man. How you been?
Right. That was a cool little get together.
We only got to hang out for a few minutes, but it was good to see you.
Yeah.
It's good to hear you, Psyker. Good to hear you, bro.
So you ready to hear my perspective?
Yeah, let's hear your perspective on, let's say, like what do you want to tackle first, like the Charlie Kirk stuff in general, or do you just have something you want to say in general?
The Charlie Kirk stuff is like the biggest elephant in the room. Like I would.
That's why I've been. That's the only reason I'm kind of doing it, and that's because it's like, as much as, I mean, I wish there was a movie bigger to talk about other than just like, hey, guess what, guys? Demon Slayer's doing great. Ta-da! Demon Slayer's fucking killing it. Who would have thought? By the way, Charlie Kirk died last week. Let's
Right.
talk about some of that shit in the fucking response from the crazy motherfuckers who were responding to this. And can you, are you,
Yeah.
sorry, go for it.
So when I got the text, I got the video, like when I woke up or whatever. And the dude that sent it to me, it's one of my friends that doesn't send me like death scams. So I knew right away, like, damn, this shit is real. Like the same way I got the Kobe
I'll
message.
be right back. I'm still listening.
Yeah. So it kind of bothers me how numb we've become to just tragedy. Like, just overall, everybody's just used to this shit. Like whether it's the wars, the school shootings, and we've become very numb to death. And the fact that he was talking about shootings as he got shot, that shit was nuts. Like his literal last words were talking about shootings as he got fucking hit. And I didn't agree with a lot of things he said, probably 90%. But I thought that shit was fucking awful. Mind you, like I don't think he's a bigot the way a lot of people on the left do, but he did say a lot of things I didn't agree with. I found insensitive and somewhat bigoted. But that still doesn't, like, I enjoyed watching his debates. Like I didn't want the guy to fucking go out like that, That text I sent you, are you there, Syfaxx?
He's listening, but he did not at the.
I sent him this text. Like, from the bottom of my heart, wish the dude like made it through that, because I really would love to hear his debates now. Like, I want to see if he would change his opinions, because when you fucking go through something like that, like if you survive something like that, something has got to either change or you have a lot more to say. You know what I mean? Like, he was extremely insensitive about the Palestinian fucking struggle in Gaza right now, and the way
you know what.
Dying by the thousands.
But you know what? On the counter end of that, Psyker, how many people are just as insensitive about his family and his thoughts after he passed? So do they all deserve to die? No,
not at all.
In America,
he was just as insensitive towards the
exactly.
The Pelosi
in
person.
America, you can do that as long as you don't commit violence and act out against somebody.
Right. That's why I think we should all agree that what happened to him was terrible.
Yeah, it is. And people losing their jobs, like in this free speech. Jimmy Kimmel, I'm like, oh well, FCC pulls his contract. He shouldn't be fucking removed tomorrow and put an ISS, never see him. If they don't renew his contract, for next year, that's one thing. Pulling the show's like, what? Even better. You see fucking Destiny got removed from Twitch.
Right. I don't know.
Left-wing. He's a left-wing fucking person. We could bring that. He was on Piers Morgan, and I watch Piers Morgan all the time religiously, and he's just spewing shit like, "What do you mean he's not a right-wing shooter? Are you fucking insane?" And it's just,
but you have a morality clause in your contract at your job. Like I'm almost,
he probably does.
I don't think they should have got rid of Jimmy Kimmel.
All right, hold on. Before I start sending links to a couple of the other people that who have shown up in the chat,
you just send links. Don't you fucking
no. I still want to respond to Psyker, because he was saying how
you responded mid-sentence.
What? Yeah, no, I know, but it's like I heard you say, and you reiterated what I did say, which is like, hey, I am listening, which is
You remember that text I sent you?
Yeah. I was about to pull it up, because actually, like, it was actually pretty good. And hold on, let me pull it up.
I don't wish death on no man, no matter how much I disagree with them.
No, and well, this is one of those things where it's like me and you, we disagree on plenty of things, but probably more than 50%. And you know what, we hang out just fine. It's all good. But when it comes down to maybe our political opinions and whatnot, and I was like, even when I think about it, I'm just like, it's a perfect example of like what friendship actually looks like, where it's like, hey man, we literally but at the same time, it's like, hey, what bar are we going to get a beer at? It's like, well, there you go. That's how it is. It's not going to be like, hey man, like, you hate this, so dude, I just can't hang out with you. It's like, nah, we're good. Like, we just disagree on something that more likely we probably have nothing control over anyways. I could put my fucking little X on a ballot, you put your X on a ballot, and it's like, well, now it's to the fucking wind, right? So it's like does it really matter until whatever happens? And it's like, haha, I won. Cool. You buy me a shot, I buy you a shot. You might as well play a game with it at a certain point. But overall, it's like, what I'm going to get into later will be a little bit something different. But no. I know I liked your message, and I thought it was a good message. I mean, I don't know if you want me to read it out or not, but
no, it doesn't matter, dude. I don't really remember. I remember the gist of it, but like, to be honest, when I sent you that,
you basically said, "I tell you what, I wish he survived." The more I watched this talks, the more I realized he wasn't a bigot. He just had bigot sounding opinions. That was kind of your main thing. It would have changed some of it. It might have changed some of his awful views. You thought they were awful views. I actually just thought he was.
I think they are.
This is the thing, though. Is if you're more left wing, you're gonna think that what he was saying was more awful than what I thought was just the normal. I thought his views were very normal. And this is what I'm. This is gonna be some of the things that I'm gonna say later. I'm just gonna make like a giant fucking rant, and I've been kind of building it up. And with that being said, hold on, let me just see. It might have been changed.
With that being said,
his debates far more interesting. Literally got shot talking about shootings. Ironic. Yeah, no, the rest of your stuff was what most people have been saying. But yeah, no, you were very respectful about what you said and everything. And no,
I've heard all the jokes from the other side.
With that, we got Stacy Gardner, I know, wants to join, and I believe even King Style wants to jump on. Some of the people who have been part of some of my Syfaxx panels lately. Let me go ahead and send some of these links out. We'll see when they show up, and we'll go from there. Towards the end of the channel, or towards the end of the stream, because I don't know how long we'll go or how long people want to go, but I do have like a rant I would like to go on, which is going to be the creation versus destruction rant, which is what I brought up. If people have an idea of what I'm talking about, if they want to analyze that and go off on that, or theorize on what I'm probably going to go off on, then feel free to throw your opinions in. Also, when I'm done with what I'm going to be ranting about, also feel free to weigh in. It'll be in a bit, but I want to see what everyone else has to say about some of the stuff that we're talking about. And then I'll go off, because I don't know how long I'm going to go. But hold on, I'm sending a link to King Style. I got to load up Discord, because Discord takes forever. King, you got to get your X account, man. That way I can already send it to you.
Yeah, so
Discord, every time I open Discord, it has like 13 updates. Like
Destiny posted, it says Destiny Stephen Bunnell II. Unreal. Elon Musk and other conservatives just got me banned from Twitch. My entire income is gone now. So much for the party of free speech. It says, hello, Destiny. Twitch is committed to keeping our community safe for everyone. And as a part of that, we require all users to ensure that anything shared on their account abides by Twitch terms of service and community guidelines, which Psych was saying earlier. You probably sign a code of conduct at your fucking job.
Well, that's also a giant lie. Destiny's been banned for like.
I was about to say that. So let me back up. Look. Some of you are actually too fucking stupid to have internet. Destiny's been Twitch banned forever, and you always celebrate nothing.
There you go.
That's a real thing, but they reposted 2 years later, acting like he got banned for this. They do that shit all the time.
I mean, like he sent that out there to show how stupid people are, but honestly, on top of that, it was probably more likely to show how stupid his own subscribers are. Because his subscribers are probably like, "Wait, he's been banned. What have I been watching him on? It wasn't
from
Twitch."
America for fucking.
They're all fucking Kamala idiots.
What? Yeah, look here. She's banned from America. Here it is. I don't think that's why. People always reuse shit.
Destiny say again? Because to be honest, I don't really watch Destiny.
He was on Piers Morgan, and we can bring it up if you want to, but it's fucking like 3 to 5 minutes of him fucking
just give me the
So basically he was trying to say that there's no proof that the right wing it was a right wing shooter. I mean a left wing shooter. There's more proof that he was right wing. His parents were both right wing. He was raised in it. There was no proof that he had any kind of ties to the LGBTQ community.
Okay. So
this is after it all came out. After everything came
did
out,
come from like a
And
right
Trump-
gun owning,
and he said Trump needs to disavow it. Nobody in the left wing needs to disavow gun violence or any Charlie's death until the president of the United States comes out and disavows anything on the left first, and all the rhetoric, the hateful speech, and he just basically started getting on there and ranting about Trump. That's it. And everybody's like, "What
This
the fuck?"
trial
Dude?
is going to be under a microscope, dude.
Yep.
And also,
all right. Hey, with that being said, hold
we
on.
we got another guest.
We
We're gonna bring in. Let's bring him in.
We got at least one person.
We'll get back to it, Alex.
No, I'm gonna mix up. I'm gonna mix up the intros because I only have so many, but I do have a list of some that I need to make some clips of.
Is it gonna be a black one?
I haven't done it. It's probably gonna be a black one. And you know what? I'm actually gonna mix it up.
Turn around and tell those people. Tell them, I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women.
Hey, what's up, King Style? I wanted to switch it up. I saw Stacey Gardner in the back. I'm like, nah.
We got him. We got him.
I saw him. Like, I just saw him, dude. In the background.
You're like, hell no.
That
is so. We don't do that to Uncle T, Stacey. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna hit you like that. We don't do that to Uncle T.
I needed a good laugh, dude. My fucking moped got stolen earlier. So.
What? How are you so white? You got a moped? What's going on?
Yeah, it got stolen. I was not really in a particular good mood, but I needed that laugh, so that was funny.
Well, how you doing tonight, man?
Well, other than being upset and wanting to fucking knock the lights out of whoever did it, pretty fucking good, I guess.
That's good.
I mean, I'm fucking alive.
Did you file a police report and all that good stuff?
I didn't, man. It
You
was
need
a
to
gift.
because
It's a gift, and it didn't come with the paper. So even if I fucking wanted to, I'm fucking mad.
All right, man, with the next guest, I'm gonna go ahead and bring on both the guests. I'm gonna hit this one with the.
Thanks,
double
Rock, for saying that, but yeah,
I'm gonna hit him with the double whammy.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?
Wham, bam! What the fuck just happened?
I got
Stacey Gardner coming in here with the whammy.
that's Sean Spicer.
What's up, everybody?
With that, I kind of figure out like that. There's too many boxes to click.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Am I coming in okay?
Yes, sir. What's
can
going
hear
on,
you.
brother?
Hey,
Nothing much. Just got home from work. Like, geez.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm
Well, okay. Well, so we got obviously now we got King Style and Stacey Gardner onto the panel who have been on
we
here
go around and
plenty of times.
Alex finish his thought and then ask these two new ones about their
Absolutely. Do that.
Yeah, he can continue. We'll just be
Alex,
bystanders
you remember where
here.
you were? You
I
want
don't
to
remember
continue?
what I was talking about, dude.
We was talking about,
You're talking about the dude that shot Kirk.
Oh,
and that
so yeah, okay. The trial is definitely going to be like under a microscope, like more so than OJ or anything that we've seen in the last, I don't know how many years, maybe even ever, considering the context of the times and the way social media and media in general reports things. And it sucks how divided we are right now, because I have friends on both sides, and I've seen, I see memes, reels, whatever, people's opinions on both sides, and everybody's labeling everybody fascist, Nazi, commie, fucking Marxist, and like, it's very interesting when you're able to communicate with both sides, and just like, it's hard to establish a middle ground right now, and it's only going to be crazier, unfortunately.
Alex, I've been meaning to ask you something about that, because you literally came from a place that was probably considered more communist than most, right? Like you literally came from
for 10 years in
literally communist.
Not more communist than most. No, communist. There's not
literal communist. And it's like, so how do you feel about like the people just throwing around that term like flamboyantly and just throwing it around?
sometimes I get into conversations. Like sometimes I ask Gary, "What do you mean when you say they're communist?" Like we get into it, but like because I don't think a lot of these Hollywood people are really communist by the theoretical nature of what
You
Marxism
don't think what they're
any
pushing
more
is
than
that, or
right
what?
wing people are Nazis because communism is very anti-corporate. Hollywood is a corporate thing. Plus,
What do you what do you think about corporations pushing that idea out there though?
it's because there's money in it. There's money in it. Understand
so-
that in Russia was a single party Marxist state, right? But within that, we had left wing and right wing communists.
That's fine, but it's like but do you understand, like, because what he's talking about is like corporations pushing the idea of that out there to make it like a thing and spread that idea out there as a good thing. Would you say that's a good thing to be pushing out there? Because I think that's more what he's saying. Like, that's what he's saying more than anything is they're pushing that idea out there as a good thing, and that should be spread out more. And that's the way that politics and movies and stuff like that are pushing that out there in general. I don't think he's sitting there saying that these people specifically are that way, but the way that they're pushing it out there is.
A lot of it is just empty rhetoric because it's designed to like create these ideas of revolution and rebellion and destroy systems that exist. And there's no point to that because you're not really talking theory. You're not really like trying to change education or healthcare towards the better, the actual pillars of what socialism brought forward. Like what Hollywood is preaching, I don't know what that is, to be honest with you.
Well, here we got a comment from Dragon Master Zero here, which I think is a great comment, which says communism has been redesigned to destroy society by integration into society first. And I mean, you literally lived in communism. What do you feel about that?
Communism
or do you think that's happening? If you were to see what is or like not just see, but if you acknowledge what has been happening in our colleges and the way that these college kids act and react and actually talk and everything, would you say like some of this is actually happening? Because I mean, I feel like I see it.
Everyone's capable of being an asshole.
That's right.
That's political affiliation.
That's fair. It's like, do you think you just chalk up all these college kids up to being an asshole and like is their education is worth shit or something? Because like
not all of them. I've had some good teachers. I've had some terrible teachers back when I was at a university, and I went to San Diego State, so that's a pretty West Coast, I guess, liberal-minded school.
So you're just going off your obviously your experiences and whatnot.
Yeah, my personal experience.
But it's like I mean I'm not a college graduate, like, and you've met me. Would you consider me like an idiot or something?
No, not at all. To be honest with you, I would, if I could redo my life, I wouldn't go to college. Here's a point where I kind of agreed with Charlie. I would actually go to a skill school, a trade school.
No, there you go.
Very smart. Yeah, a lot of people, if you know what you're going to get into.
One thing out of 100 that I agree with Charlie on.
A lot of people didn't know what they were going to get into the trade psychers. So I knew a lot of people have done like 3 trades. It would take 3, sometimes 5 years, and it wastes a lot of time.
And then you don't end up with like $100 to $3,000 in debt, and then you don't know what the fuck you want.
And unless you're going to school to be a lawyer or a doctor or like things like that, it ain't worth going to college/university at all.
Yeah, I know it's a common joke where it's like, hey, go to school and like you're gonna learn underwater basket weaving. Like that's obviously a joke for liberal or like towards liberals because it's something so useless that it's like, what the fuck are you gonna do with it? Like, but at the same time, it's oddly true. It's like I went for gender studies. It's like, yeah, you and apparently like I don't know, 80,000 other like fucking gaming people who don't know what the fuck they want to look like or whatever. It's like
gaming
what does gender studies even mean at a certain point? Well, it's like how we dress and what our bull rings represent. It's
if you want to make a video game, You know how much it costs to be a video game maker or tester? It's like to go through all this shit. You know what? There should be a trade school for that. And you're like, oh, they have them, Rock. No, they don't.
Dude,
Have you seen the trade schools learning how to make video games?
I wish I bookmarked it. I wish I bookmarked it, but he paid for one of his daughters. There's a dude who paid for one of his daughter's classes was to how to make protest signs. And he was like, yeah, it was an actual class, how to make protest signs in college.
Nobody's
paying for his daughter to take.
Paying for branded posters.
Technically, the video game
to make bad rhymes
that technically exists. It's called apprenticeship. It's not in a trade school or college necessarily, but it's apprenticeship, which is barely a thing. You can't just go into the video game anymore.
You have to have fucking degrees. You have to have a degree in computer engineering.
You have to be an intern, and that's super hard to get into.
Just that. One, you know how to use a computer. Two, you're using the most likely
nowadays, anybody that's actually interested enough in that is probably interested. Anybody that's interested enough in that nowadays is probably learning it at such a younger age than we were probably ever exposed to, because that's the one thing, like I would say our generation, like, you know, I'm 36, like let's say, I don't know, 85 to 95, right? Like 1985 to 1995. We grew up in a different generation of like something that was revolutionary and something, whatever. Some people caught onto it. Some people were just riding the wave of it. Some people just kind of barely grasped onto it. And some people just said, fuck it. Like I was like, I'm better at trade. Even though I was stupidly good at video games. I just thought video games weren't the fucking path. And it was because like even though I was getting paid by fucking Bank of America to play video games, I was like, nah, I'm good, Doug. And I clearly took the wrong choice. That's why I'm here talking to everybody here. But it's like, fuck, man, like I should have just kept playing video games, because apparently that pays stupidly well. Because the first tournament I ever went to paid $10,000 for a Call of Duty tournament in 2003. $10,000, and that was the big whoop-de fucking dude. That was the biggest fucking tournament in 2003. It was called LandFest 2003. You could probably look it up. Maybe there's a tournament out there paid more, but that was the big one out here in Pasadena, California. I went to it. I literally slept on chairs at it because we were there for 3 days. My team wasn't a part of the Call of Duty part of it, but we were part of the Counter-Strike one of it. I did all that, and I got paid to do it by Bank of America. And I did that when I was fucking 14 years old. And so I should have kept on with that, because apparently now there's tournaments worth millions of fucking dollars just to flick your wrist faster than other people can.
Dude.
Dude, you could probably still get back into it. But
think about it like this. You can go to Evo, participate in numerous fighting game tournaments, and bring home about a good 30,000 if you at least place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like video games became like, that's why they even say so video games is the biggest. It's almost bigger than politics and all that other stuff, but that's why video games is being infiltrated the most. That's why you see so many of your video games being converted into, like, all of a sudden you're like, why are these side quests so weird? Why is this character saying weird shit? Why is this XYZ whatever? I'm sure you guys are that are more gamers than I am, because I stopped playing games as much as you guys do. I'm assuming everybody on this panel is way more of a gamer than I am. But at the same time, I think you guys know where I'm coming at. If not,
no, definitely.
you definitely have better analogies or whatever than I do.
The SJWs infiltrated the video game world, because in the Spider-Man, the Marvel's Spider-Man, the PlayStation 4/5 game, right? The woman who was the image that they used for Mary Jane Watson was hot looking, right? She was a hot woman.
Oh yeah.
And then they switched it in the sequel in Marvel Spider-Man 2 or PS5. She looks ugly as fuck, and she resembles one of the developers from the fucking second game. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is fact.
That's because around the time they started pushing the whole, oh, don't sexualize women in video games. Think about it like this. The same people who supported that were basically trying to get on people like Capcom, because if you look at the way Chun-Li, Cammy, and Manon look in Street Fighter 6, oh, they really wanted to censor that. But thankfully, Capcom told them to kick rocks.
Good. They're a Japanese company. They don't have to fucking follow American rules.
The funny thing is, Capcom actually has a studio here in America. And when the Japanese at the time heard about that, they told them, if any one of you go along with that, you're all out of a job.
Good. Good. That's how it should be. And the fact that, like, Nina Sarkeesian, or whatever the fuck that bitch was.
Anita Sarkeesian.
That bitch is the reason why you have talentless hacks, not just women, but dudes who are part of that bullshit cause. That don't know video games.
She wasn't the only one who was part of that cause. She was not the only one. Who
she was the main figurehead behind it. She started that movement front and center on video.
There were, I want to say, 3 women who started it. Anita Sarkeesian was one. Zoe Quinn was the other. And then if you've ever heard of this woman, she's a crap journalist by the name of Alyssa Mercanti. See, the thing was, and I actually know how that started. I actually know because I actually have the text messages and stuff that basically came from the guy involved. The thing was, she was cheating on her boyfriend with 5 people. 3 of them were game developers. 2 of them, one was her boss. 3 of them were game reporters, and the other one was a game developer. It was basically called the 5 Guys Burgers and Fries scandal. She literally was basically selling her butt to try and push her game called Depression Quest, which was one of those storyboard games, and it failed 3 times. The reason why she kept doing it was very simple. At the time, Steam was trying to say, hey, we will fund your game. If your game is basically wanted by like a ton of players, we will fund your next game. And she was trying to get ahead of that. But when that came out, Alyssa Mercanti and Anita Sarkeesian were like, oh, you guys can't take his word. It's biased. It's basically a he said, she said thing. And even though he literally had proof, text messages, he had even a private investigator take pictures of his girlfriend, who was basically banging all 5 of those guys.
Crazy.
And Stacy, you don't have to sugarcoat it, man. You could say not selling her, but selling her pussy, man.
Dude,
because that's what she fucking. No, but I'm just saying, dude.
I understand. I understand.
Who did?
I'm trying to decompose because I just got off work and I'm calming down.
No, I get you, dude.
They were banging Sarkeesian?
No.
I bet you they were, dude. Let's be real. They probably
Sarkeesian's hot.
No, she is psycho, dude. She's so psycho.
Probably.
She married herself. I'm not kidding.
She's fucking crazy. She had a marriage for herself, Rock. So
how creative. She married herself.
Rock, trust me on this one, bro. If she ever comes to you, she ever wants it, say no. You're gonna save yourself a hell of a lot.
I would. She wouldn't be. It would go down. I wouldn't be like fucking what's his face, Neil Cuckman. Be like, no, okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have you.
Yeah,
give you
guys
job for 13 years.
You guys know what?
It's gonna go down.
Check it out. Like I'm not gonna end it. Actually, I'll make it actually. Look, I'm not gonna end this stream because I actually want to continue on with more of what you guys are talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and cut in and get my thing out of the way with the whole destruction versus creation thing, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me go ahead and get that out of the way, and then people can go ahead and comment about what I wanted to talk about with it, because I've noticed. Let's say I would say destruction is the left, and creation has been the right lately. And the reason that I say that is because destruction is what we've been seeing in all our games, media, everything like that in general, right? They go in and they deconstruct and they bring in something else. And even if they bring in something else that they say they created, they destroyed what we loved about it, right?
But they're also in all the entertainment fields, and they're creating children. There are teachers. Cool. They're creating video games. They're creating entertainment. And So
I'm
I
still
mean,
talking. Like
I know. Well, you're saying creating and destroying, and I'm giving it from a different aspect. So I wanted to butt it.
yeah, do that after. So they're destroying these things that we know and love, and they're destroying them. And then on top of that, I mean, this goes obviously after the wake of the destruction that happened with all the Charlie Kirk stuff in general. And it's like there's nothing but destruction that happens from the left. Okay, let's even go look back towards let's say the BLM riots, right? Where they were like, buy larger mansions, or I'm sorry, Black Lives Matter, BLM, whatever you want to call it. All they did was burn down cities. They did all this crazy shit. Like, these are the obvious things we can point at. And then on the right, when something this tragic happens, we build vigils. He literally created like probably millions, thousands, if not millions of more people that are interested in the Bible. These things are not the same. They're absolutely not the same. And the people that are comparing them is ridiculous. It's like you got somebody who is like, in my opinion, like almost a demon or whatever. And I don't even like comparing like demons, angels, or whatever. But at the same time, it's probably the most accurate way to compare these types of people in general. And now you got people getting fired, right? They're getting fired for they're claiming free speech. Their free speech is not covered under their company's like clauses and stuff like that. Clearly, they never read what the fuck company they signed up for and everything. But you also got to realize you don't want to work next to somebody who would actually advocate for your death if they knew that you were a Christian or that you supported someone like that, right? Would you want to work next to that person? But at the same time, that person would have no problem working next to you. Let me just continue. People can go ahead and refute me later. I'm trying to figure all this out. And this is why I'm saying that destruction versus creation. These people go out of their way to destroy people's lives. They did it back in 2020, all this stuff. They have a destruction of IPs, reality, everything. Even if you were to believe in, conception at or like birth at conception or whatever, they want to destroy those lives. They want to do all this stuff. And I'm actually not either pro abortion or against abortion, whatever. I'm just saying, like, these people are against destruction. They rather destroy the family ideals. They rather do all this. They don't want to create anything. They don't want to create anything. And the only thing that they do create is destruction towards the thing that somebody else created. Their whole ideal is destruction. That's why their thing is destruction. Like, that's why the idea of this show is destruction versus creation. It doesn't add up. Like, they have 99% of their ideals is destruction, and which is based on our 100% of creation. We want creation. We want creation of life. We want creation of concept. We want creation of ideas. We want creation of life. We want to push all that, and they want to destroy everything. I do not like that concept and idea, and I'm curious if anyone can refute anything that I just said with that, because I think that's what one side stands for and one side does not, because that is all I've been getting for the last, I don't know, minimum 5 to 6 years, is just destruction and hatred and screw your ideals. And one side is pushing family, life, creation, like prosperity, whatever. Like, whether those things are going to be possible or not, that doesn't matter. One side is pushing that, the other one is saying the other one doesn't want that, while one side is actually pushing that. Like, these things do not match up. And I've been confused in that, because all I've seen from one side is nothing but fucking love and I don't know. Even after the death of this dude who I didn't know, I did not follow, whatever. All I've seen is, I don't know, a huge influx of people saying, I want to go to church. It made me like, probably, I don't want to say I was an atheist, but at the same time, I was like, I even said on DA stream, I was like, dude, I want to grab a Bible and start reading it. And it made me, I don't know, at least want to read it and be a little bit more fucking knowledgeable on what the hell I was talking about sometimes. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I feel one side is pushing creation, love, and respect and whatever, and the other is pushing destruction. What do you guys think about that? And can you defend it one way or the other?
Who are you talking to?
We're going in order. How are we doing this?
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
I'm talking in general. That was a quick version, just because I was like, I kind of like the other.
That was a quick version
going on. That was the quick version.
And that extended rant. And you see that's
no. That was the quick version, and that's because like I kind of like the other stuff you guys are talking about because it didn't deal with the stuff we were talking about. I mean, it had a little bit, but it was like I'd rather talk about stuff like that than what I was gonna go off on, and I was like, man, I don't want that to derail everything. So let me get. Well, I'm gonna derail that now, and then let's get back into everything else. But I want to hear people's fucking thoughts on stuff like that because that was the idea of the post. Oh my God, let's throw it all off. Yeah, no. What do you guys think about something like that? Like with the basic the layout of what's going on right now, left versus right and whatever. That's why I went destruction versus creation, because I feel the left is destroying, and everything the left does destroys, and everything the right does. It's not even that they create, but even unintentionally,
right.
The left. Hold on, shut up. It's my stream. Shut up. It's my stream. I'll kick you. Like, did he kick himself? Okay, fine. But look, so. Oh my God, he kicked himself.
Bring him back.
No, I think he's just in the background running it. Like, because I was like, I didn't do any of this. But so
all right.
Now he fucked me up. Jesus Christ. You guys go on.
I respectfully disagree with your assessment of the situation.
Go for it.
While I understand why you're posing it as black and white, creation versus destruction, but you're also looking at like very negative events. You're comparing, the murder.
What has the left created that you would say is a positive?
Well, okay, protests are normally they're expressions of the voiceless. Like the purpose of the
sounds like they're the expression of the jobless lately.
That too, a lot of times that too, because a lot of people have too much fucking time on their hands, which is why they want to destroy property. And that's the main, as far as destruction goes.
Do you think that's a good thing?
So society kind of unbalances and ends up losing money so that people notice that there's a problem going on. Like right now, there's a fucking genocide going on. People are starving over there in Gaza and nobody cares. People have become
okay, hold on. Why should America care about anyone but America until America fixes itself? Let's start with that.
I understand that, but we're also human beings from a very elementary point of view. America's
okay. How can I fix you if I got a broken leg and my arm's fucked up and whatever? That's what America is right now. Like that. That's how That's how Americans feel about
all lives
it, right?
Matter over Black Lives Matter, right?
Well, now you're bringing it back to America.
We're sticking.
Why should we feel?
Protests.
Okay, go protest all you want, but why should we send money to people when there's people here that are in danger?
I agree with you. I think we should stop sending money to Israel. Immediately.
I think we should stop sending money to everything that's overseas in general.
I agree with you. That would actually help. That would help.
Until America is set set in stone.
See,
like agree. I'm not gonna give you money when I know I'm $300 in debt.
We have to solve the homeless problem
I'm
too.
not like, hey, Alex, if you came up to me and you're like, dude, I need $100, and I'm like, dude, I'm $300 behind. I literally can't give you $300, or I can't give you $100. That's what America is right now. Like, I shouldn't be giving you money, but they're just like, let me just go ahead and put myself more and more in debt. And then these banks are just racking up the charges, whatever it is, like however the Federal Reserve and all that shit works. Would you do that? Of course you wouldn't. If you didn't have the money, you would not give me the money. We don't have the money, but we are still giving them the money. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Agreed.
And then
Actually,
people
I
are
agree with you on that.
advocating to give them more money. That is stupid. And on top of that, you got people next to you, like literally standing next to you, being like, "Hey, man, I need $1," and you're like, "Sorry, dude, I just gave my last 50 million to a country that I can't even see. I can't even point out on a map. I don't even know where the fuck it's at. I just gave them all my money. Sorry, dude." And you're like, "The fuck, dude? I just want like a hot dog." And they're like, sorry, bro. You're fucked. You don't get a shower tonight. You don't get this. Like, you got to realize, like, that's how most people probably think in general. Obviously it's not as cut in stone as that, or cut as like clean as that, but that's what's going through most people's fucking minds. It's like, yeah, homeboy doesn't get a shower because you just sent fucking 50 million to Israel or wherever the fuck you're
agree with
sending
you
it. It doesn't
completely.
fucking matter.
Stop sending billions of taxpayer money to both Israel and the Ukraine. Those problems will solve themselves, and we stop contributing to the continuation of those problems. And we now have more funds that we could spend on Americans. Totally agree with you. Why is it that Israelis have healthcare, education, and housing free from your taxes? I don't know.
I mean, I agree with you on that.
See, I think that if we're going to do that, it should come with like a list of what it can be used for, what it can't be used for, and when are we going to start receiving like payments on that. But that's just how I feel about that kind of
when
stuff.
Trump went out there and was like, "Hey, you guys are only paying 1% tax here, 2% tax there." He went out there and like decimated them. Is like, and he named like 15 different places that haven't paid in like 10 years or some shit. And it was like, people were like, "Oh my god, what a warmonger, whatever." And it's like, he's just pointing out the obvious. He's like, basically was like the guy on the phone call that calls you when you haven't paid your car fucking note in like 10 years. And it was like, "Hey man, you owe us some money." He just went and did that to like 15 countries in front of their faces. It was like, and it was like, it was like, well, but we can't hit end call. We can't hit end call because he's like, "You motherfucker, you right there. You owe me money. You owe me money." And like, they were like, he's so terrible. It's like, dude, that happens to you every day. That happens.
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up. Like, how many times do you just hit end call? Like, I'm not taking it. I'm about to go. I'm going to file for bankruptcy in about 6 months, as long as I end these calls long enough. And then, you know what? I don't even need credit. Who cares? I know friends. I can live at their house for like no credit. It's fine. That's what you're doing, and that's what you want America to do. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you're doing it. Like, everyone's done it. Like, come on. I haven't, but I actually know like 5 people who have. But like,
Well, yeah. Well, you were talking about creation versus destruction.
yeah.
Yeah. There's an issue with that, and I kind of agree with you that based on what I've seen, that the right is a little bit more on the creation side on that aspect.
That was that was the point. Or sorry to interrupt you. That was the point that I was like, that was where I was apprehensive about, because it's like, okay, what is the right created? The only thing that I would say the right is accidentally created right now would be the Charlie Kirk movement. And it's because it got created because the left did something so fucking astronomically stupid that it actually created so many people against them. which
I
would
w-
be the assassination attempt.
I would
Well,
also
not
say,
attempt, but the assassination.
I would also say
actually in
the
general.
Donald Trump 2.0 movement, as I like to call it,
Yeah,
or part 2, because of the assassination thing that literally skyrocketed him as like a hero. Like, dude, any story of like a president or a person surviving an assassination or a shootout,
yeah.
immediately a
Whether
hero.
people want to call it a hoax or not, like that doesn't kind of matter. I mean,
You know,
maybe it matters to a couple of people.
Conspiracy?
That's fine, but you could be like, hey, it's a conspiracy. It's fine. It's all good. But because the fact that
maybe.
it even happened in general, but somebody else actually died, so it's like clearly there was a shot fired in general. Somebody died. Like
Either way, it's terrible. Yeah, we
it's
can agree on that
awful.
for sure.
so
That's awful.
those are two movements recently that were created on the right side. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
And indirectly by the left, if you want to say that the assassination or the Kirk, the Trump and the Kirk thing was by lefties. I don't know.
What I would say is what's weird to say actually is like the Kirk thing. I think actually revolutionized a whole new generation of people way more than the Trump thing did, because Trump was like, sure, he's a polarizing figure and a lot of people like him and everything, but I think what the Kirk assassination did was radicalize a bunch of people to go towards like the Christian movement, because I've seen so many videos of people being like, I picked up a Bible, I went and did this, I went to church for the first time. There's a ton of churches that are like there. I saw one video where the one girl categorized it. It was like it's 5 miles long to get into the church, and it was like, holy shit! Like they're going out of their way for this, and it's like he touched a lot of people more than a lot of people realize, type of deal, and more than I don't want to say more than Trump, but at the same time in a different way than Trump did, which was actually, it was very surprising to me. I was like, okay, a lot of people like Trump. I just find Trump funny, and also I was like, I want somebody to do something a little different. That's what I looked at Trump like. I was like, I want somebody to do something a little different. He's also kind of funny. I like that. That's what he's relatable because he's a little funny. Let's go. So I didn't think too much about it. But when it comes to Kirk, it's like, no, the whole religion aspect of it was like a whole different thing. Like that was like nuclear. Like it went off like a bomb. Like I was like, holy shit, man. There's a ton of people who were just like all the churches were filled. There's you can find tons of videos of pastors being like, dude, our church attendance went up by like 300% or something. It's crazy. And I'm like, hey man, go for it. Like I'm not religious like that. But I was like, I even said on a DA's podcast where I was like, apparently I feel like I need to I feel like I need to read the Bible properly or whatever. Like I know a bunch of quotes and stuff here or there, but it's like I don't know the full thing or the full story. So I mean, even I'm interested, and I'm like, if anybody's known me for any decent amount of time, you'd be like, that's the last person I would expect. I don't know, find God. I don't expect to find him, but it's like maybe I might be able to understand why people do.
Yeah, you're not really wrong on that because like when I was at work earlier tonight, a friend of mine actually sent me like a text saying like he could not get out of his neighborhood. Like he wanted to go to like the nearby little grocery store he works at, and he literally was like, "Yeah, I can't get out." And I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Well, there's a church like not too far from me, and that thing is basically filled, and people are trying to get in, but they can't." I'm like, Jesus Christ. He's like, dude, I wouldn't even doubt it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like realizing like whether you're turning towards God or not, you're turning towards an idea that is bigger than you, and I think a lot of people actually appreciate that. where it's like, I need something that's bigger than me to aim towards. And if it's God for you, or Jesus, or religion, whatever, I think a lot of people actually respect that, or like they respect the idea of it. Because like I've realized over the years that I didn't respect that idea. I didn't care for that idea. I was like, whatever. And I've noticed, I mean, especially over this last week, I was like, I've always kind of liked the idea, but I was like, I didn't respect or care for that idea. I was just like, all right, I disregarded it. And now I'm like, there's obviously something behind it, and there's obviously something powerful behind it. And there's a reason that so many people flock to it. And so it made me, if anything, curious. I'm like, I'm way more curious about it than I ever was growing up 36 years. And I'm just like, how the fuck did it take this guy who I don't watch, I don't follow his stuff, I don't, it's not that I don't care, but it's like I understand how important he was to his, like, let's say this side's community to a certain extent, and then like respect it enough to be like, okay, let me see what this is about. So I like that idea about it, and I think that I don't know. I plan on actually reading the, like, a proper Bible for the first time ever in my life. It's like it's crazy. It's crazy to admit or say. I'm just like, I had so many people that in my lifetime that I've literally been like probably considered an atheist against, and then I'm just like, I'm going for it. And it's like, you're, again, with the destruction versus creation, it's like you destroyed somebody, you took somebody out, and you might have created somebody who disagrees and is not for and against or whatever. And I might actually, maybe by reading it, I might become somebody who maybe preaches for. And like, I'm not saying that guaranteed or whatever. Maybe more likely, I'm not gonna lie, I'll end up being like a moderate, like where I'm like, I like what it has to say, but I'm okay with I'm okay with my lifestyle, whatever. It'll be fine.
In your current state of mind right now, do you think everything happens for a reason, or do you think it's blind luck?
That's actually a fantastic question, because I would actually go with luck instead of reason.
So you don't. Okay. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just curious. I was gonna follow
well,
up
I mean,
with,
both like when it
faith,
comes to when it comes to more than likely what you're asking right there, it's like both of them seem to be luck, but at the same time, I would go with I'm more of a reasonable person, and I would I would fall on the side of reason and I don't know, reality than anything else. That's where I'd lay my head at the end of the night as far as that went. But what about you guys? Sorry. I just kept talking. Go for it.
I went back to my faith because when we met, I was a militant atheist, but now I'm like kind of cool with. I'm not sure what it is, but it's definitely like I'm back on my denomination again, what I grew up with as a child.
Well, that's the thing is like I would say more than likely if I were to be asked, I'd be like agnostic or some type of atheist or something. Same. Right? I'd be like, I actually don't believe in anything, or I believe in nothing, or whatever. And now I'm like, the way that, I don't know, the world has responded in general, and the way that people have responded without knowing this dude, I'm like, it kind of makes me feel like there might be something else out there to a certain degree. But I mean, to sit there and be like, oh, it's God or whatever, like, I would still,
Gary,
I'm skeptical.
Gary
But
had the same.
I like the idea. I like the idea of it. I like the idea. Like that, which is crazy. I'm just like, I've always liked the idea of it, And I was just like, that would be fucking awesome. I would just like some type of proof. Like that's been my whole thing. I think that's what a lot of atheist problems are in general, or people who do not believe, is like, yeah, it's like if you believe in nothing, but it's like if you show me just an ounce of proof,
open.
but it's like, is this might be the ounce of proof, right? Wouldn't this be the ounce of proof to watch like thousands, tens of thousands, maybe millions of people be like, flip the switch? Is that not an ounce of proof? Like that's super interesting to me, where it's like all these people all at once is just like, wait a minute, there's something here. There's a reason. We don't even know this guy. Why do we all feel this? And I like that one person, like, I wish I had the video, but well, actually, there's actually been multiple videos where it's like, it's in your soul. It's like you felt it in your soul. There was a shift there. And it's like people felt it in their, like, they felt it in their body. And it was like, I felt that, or like, I thought that was interesting because I was like, I actually felt that watching that video. I was like, there's a shift happening. And it might just be mentally, or it could be, in your heart or whatever. And I just thought that was fucking interesting. And I don't know. I don't know which one is true, but I just thought it was fucking interesting. And so I've been battling with that, and that's why I wanted to do a stream in general. And just like, I don't know, talk it out, see how everyone feels. So with that being said, obviously you heard me and Psyker go off, like King Style and Stacy, either one of you, whichever one of you guys want to go off. Or if I don't know if either of you are religious or not, but if so, like or not, go for it.
Well, I believe in something. Like I believe in God or whatever you want to call it, right? I don't really go for the organized religion per se, because I mean, I used to be a Catholic, but there's a lot of like questionable things that go down there that I don't like to be associated with, because they do bad things. I'm not saying the grunts on the bottom of the totem pole are terrible people, but the ones near the mid and the top, they just.
And do you think they do bad things nowadays, or did they do bad things back in the day?
I think they back in the day when they first started, or you mean like back 100 or 200 years ago? Because I think they've been doing that since like 200-300 years ago.
I would say, what do you think they do nowadays? Because I think nowadays is more
it's covering up crimes, like covering up abuse of children, or stealing money from people, or like getting upset of a pastor, or
I think there's plenty of people out there that are like doing, like they're definitely taking from, let's say, their parishers, right? Or what's it called? Parishers or parishioners, whatever. It's like where the people who donate all the money or whatever, it's like there's that one dude who's just like, I can't pray unless I'm on a private jet. It's like there's people like that. I can't remember that guy's name, but it's like those people are evil, right?
Yeah.
That's the evil version of like of that faith.
I saw a video of a pastor, in a black church. I'm only saying it because that's what it was. I'm not making it a race issue. And I'm Afro-Latino, so it doesn't sound racist at all, me saying
it. Me too.
But my thing was, the guy was like, by the way, nobody leaves this room unless you give me money. Lock the doors. He told his congregation to lock the doors. Until you give me something, I'm not letting you leave this room or this building, basically.
Yeah, the motherfucker was out of rent.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You're holding people hostage for church money? You're definitely, if there is a hell, you're definitely going there, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not. No, you're fucking. You're
no. Even the couple churches I went to when I was younger, it was like, the best way I could put it is like, even though it was a bunch of white people, guess what? This is a crazy concept. We're all poor white people. What? Poor white people? Weird. No, it was like there was a bunch of poor white people at like this church, and it was like they still would be like, "Here's $3, man. Here's $2, whatever." And they were like, "Hey, it's cool." And then at like summertime would come around, and they'd be like, "Hey, we're going on like a summer trip. We're all going to a beach house that we got to rent out for church funds and whatever." And then you could see where the money went. It wasn't like, "Oh yeah, we got like," it was like, "Dude, we blinged out our cross or something crazy or something or whatever." It was like, "Nah, we're taking all the youth to like the beach for like 3-day weekend," and and it was like I still got to go to that, and it was like, and I wasn't even that big of a part of it. Like if I'm not lying, well, actually, I'm not lying. I went there because, like, I don't know, I had a crush on, a couple of the girls there, and I was like, "Fuck it, let me go on a beach cruise trip with them. Let's go." I get to be out there for 3 weeks, whatever. It's all good. But it was like it still ended up being like that. Actually, ended up not being even that big a part of the trip. It was like I still just had a good time. And when I reflect on moments like that, I'm just like, every time I've done stuff with like church activities, even though I probably didn't want to be there in theory, I still had a good time. And something about it was just like refreshing. And I was just like, when stuff like this just happened, I don't know, man. It made me want to reflect on some of that stuff. And like I said, I'm not actually a religious person at all. And I don't know. It was kind of nice. It was kind of nice.
That's
So,
good, man. So the thing is, like, I witnessed firsthand how the Catholic Church was corrupt. This isn't
Oh,
me
I'm
watching
sure.
it from
I'm
the
sure
news
I'm sure a bunch of them are.
or a
Like,
family member told me about it. I seen this. I used to go to a nonprofit Catholic school, like they didn't teach religion there either, but it was run by essentially a priest and a bunch of nuns, right? So the priest was an asshole to me with this other woman. But by the way, she was like a hot, like 20-something-year-old guidance counselor. But she was like following this priest of being an asshole towards me, and they were fucking crazy, dude. There's like, it's good that you're upset right now. It's good. Like, they were acting crazy.
yeah.
And they told me that if I left the room, I was gonna be restrained and shit, like just weird, crazy shit. Because I told them I don't like this. I don't feel comfortable here.
Ronnie has a couple comments here. It's like I think I'm a little behind on them, definitely. But Ronnie says their voices, they have the media. Exactly. Yeah. And then Israel, Palestine, same thing. Pass on both. Agreed.
So
I think we mentioned that earlier.
so I told so I got upset and I said I don't want to be talking with those people. So they moved me to this nun named the priest was named Father Bill and the nun was Sister Phyllis. And I spoke with her and I told her what happened and she's like, "Are you sure that's what happened?" And I'm like, "Okay, I see what's going on here." I saw
They don't believe you.
No,
you
of
saw
course
the writing on the wall.
Yeah, I knew like they're protecting their own. They like the whole like allegation thing with priests diddling kids or nuns diddling girls.
Well, it's
and all
like you
that.
guys, that's the same thing in like schools and stuff. Where it's like, did you actually hear that? We need like 5 different accounts of blah blah blah. It's like,
Yeah, and I'm like, you're a fucking like you're supposed to be a fucking woman of God, and you're questioning me if I'm fucking lying about this. What would I have to gain to lie about this shit? You know what I mean? I'm a fucking like I'm 14 years old. Why would I lie about Father Bill being a piece of shit to me?
yeah.
Like it's just weird. It's fucking weird. And now you know why the Catholic Church they roll the way they roll because they do questionable shit and they have to protect their own.
All right. Well, let's try to roll the end of the stream out into something slightly more positive. Unless
Sorry,
anybody has
I'm just saying I believe in something, but like
no,
organized.
no. You. I mean,
It-
I went off on it, and I wanted
Yeah.
to get out of the way before I did it, like as my last rant or whatever. But it's like I had a few things, and then it's okay. I didn't even get into all the things I want to say. It's all good. But with that being said, with the new stuff that's coming out, because obviously there's more like a media show and everything, has anybody seen the new Demon Slayer movie?
I want to go watch it.
I haven't seen it yet. To tell you the truth, I've seen like 2 seasons of Demon Slayer, and that's like more than I give for a fair show. I'm gonna say it's good. It's just not one of mine. I usually give a show like, at the very least, I give a show 5 episodes. If you don't wow me in 5 episodes, I'm moving on. And I can see that show is like, that anime is not for me. I'm not gonna say it sucks because it really doesn't. It's just not for me. So I
Yeah,
probably won't be
I've
able to
had
see,
a slow build. It has a
movie.
slow build. I don't blame you.
I've had a hard time following it too, or like getting into it as well. And like, I mean, as somebody who has probably more anime tattoos than most people do,
I actually, I actually wanted to get the fairy tale emblem on my shoulder once.
I don't have fairy tale, but I even got like Soul Eater, and a lot of people haven't really seen Soul Eater, like in my opinion. And I thought Soul Eater is great, but I got Blair the Witch from Soul Eater. Like I got
funny as hell.
And Blair the Witch is fantastic. Also sexy as hell. There you go. I was like, I can justify that one because all the other ones are like kids, and I'm like, I don't want no kids on my arm. Like that's weird. Like,
No, I get you, man. Yeah, I can understand Stacy's point of view is that like he doesn't like anime series that have a slow build to it and not an instant one. Like another series
Yeah.
that like Naruto
did you ever
is
watch
like
Samurai Champloo?
Yeah, I've seen Samurai Champloo. I actually like that series. It's
Okay, that dude.
the
it's
series
not like-
Naruto is
like-
like that too. Naruto is like
Yeah.
that too. It's like
Yeah, and-
like depending on the episodes or chapters.
No.
it's slow.
See the ones that I'm talking about have like. Don't get me wrong. They're out. Like the ones you're talking about, great, but they have like hundreds of episodes. They have a very long running. It's a very long running series. The stuff that I really like, and they're my favorite animes, are like they can get the story done and cut to the point within, let's say, 30 to 60 episodes. Like those are my favorite ones. Like 30 to 60 episodes, and then boom, cut to the point, cut to the chase, boom, you're done. And it's like they're and I understand in theory those are the best way I could put them. They're like starter animes. It'd be like, hey, check this out. If you like this, you're gonna like XYZ.
I mean, that
Think
could-
about
that could work.
XYZ is gonna be like the 100. You're gonna be like, check out Bleach, check out Naruto, check out One Piece, or something. You're gonna be like, they just have, I don't know, 300, 400, 500, 1,000 episodes, and you're gonna be like, holy shit. Like that's a hard sell. Like
and technically Naruto is almost up there in 1,000 episodes too. If you include
is it?
if you include Boruto as a Naruto series, which it is, it's called Boruto Naruto: The Next Generations. So if you include Boruto with Shippuden and the original Naruto series, it's almost 1,000 episodes.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's nearing 1,000 episodes. For me, I like I said, I grew up on Naruto. I actually watched both the original and the Shippuden, and I love them. I just can't get into Boruto as far as I'm concerned. Shippuden ended the story. That's all I needed to know.
I like Boruto, but I understand why you're frustrated with Boruto because it could have been a lot better, and instead it's essentially like a fanficky thing.
Yeah, either you've been watching any of the new good ones that have been coming out, like the ones that people have been actually praising in the last 2 months.
I saw one called something Country Bumpkin, the one where the sword master is like his students that he trained. They have a crush on him and they want to marry him and stuff. And he either is oblivious or he doesn't want to.
That's like a harem anime. Like,
is it really a harem if he never gets with them?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, but it's like he never got with them, so it's not a harem anime. It's weird.
Not yet.
No, King Style. Have you seen Tenchi? Have you seen any of the Tenchi shows?
Oh yeah, Tenchi Muyo is fucking awesome. Yeah, like the original OVA and then Tenchi Universe and all the other ones. Yeah.
Yeah, if you stop and think about it, and this is actually something the creator of that story even said, as far as the animation went, they wanted it to be open-ended. But in the manga, it's actually said he never like chose one. He actually ended up just basically dating them all.
Yeah.
It's actually said that
Tenchi Muyo was the
have
first
either
harem
you watched either you watched Gachio Gatu?
I've heard mixed things.
I gotta watch
it's like the best way I could put it is like I mean if I were to say a word that would associate it with it, it'd be called the trash anime, because like the guy literally animates trash. Like, if you haven't seen it, but you might know it by me saying that. Like,
oh, I know what you're talking about. It's the one where they're on like a prison where it's like garbage and shit.
Sorta, like he's on a floating island, then he gets kicked out the floating island, and now he's on the bottom, and then his goal is to get back up to the floating island, but he's like obsessed with trash, and because everybody that's upset or like anybody that's obsessed with trash makes that like their item and their token or whatever, and then if anybody's so enthralled with that in a way or whatever, they can be, I can't remember the wording for it, but it's like you're an enchanter to make that item your item or whatever, and it like either guards you or some reason, or like that's your weapon or whatever. And the main character can just do it with basically any item. Like it's very, like, I thought that was very interesting. It was pretty cool. Like, I haven't watched the last like 2 episodes of it because I realized I was like, it's one of those animes that it says it's 20 minutes, but it's only like 15 minutes. And I was like, nah, I'm going to wait for a couple episodes to come out at a time, because if I just watch 15 minutes at a time, I'm just going to get angry. I'm going to be like, motherfucker, I want to see what happens next. Because they do a lot of the build up where it's like, but you did da-da-da. And they do a lot of that. The talking bullshit that they do in anime, where it's like they over explain everything. It's like, but your item did this, and then because your item did that, it countered my blah blah blah. And you're like, can you stop over explaining everything?
They did that in Yu-Gi-Oh, dude. They did that in Yu-Gi-Oh and in Pokemon.
Dude, they did that in Yu-Gi-Oh to the point to where, like, with the duel between Yami-Yugi and Panic, they over explained it, because he's like, okay, on my last turn, I knocked your flotation ring off your castle. What if my swords of revealing light are basically the only thing that's holding your castle up? And I'm like,
and I happened to draw the pot of greed, and then I drew another pot of greed. Not like,
and by summoning the pot of greed, it makes my dark magician get stronger in power.
And then I
by
get
200
pot
points.
of greed. Like, have you seen that one? Or have you seen that anime? Have you seen that clip where it's like a guy in VR who just he like summons pot of greed like 8 times in a row, and it's like, you can't do that. He's like, I summoned pot of greed, and he gets so animated about it. It's so fucking funny. I was like, I don't even play that game, and I know how pissed that person is. Like, who's playing against him.
Here's the thing. I actually played Yu-Gi-Oh, and the thing is, whenever I'm dueling someone, if I basically see them play a pot of greed, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, trap card, that's a hard once per game now. Get rid of it out of your deck. I always remove every draw card from their decks when I play them. I mean, I don't mind you drawing, but draw basically either at the start of your turn or just draw like when you play an effect of a card that says draw. Don't just go draw, draw, draw. But be like, yeah, I'm about to draw your head across this table. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and
Dude,
Naruto,
even when I used to play Magic, I would have like 4 different decks, and it'd be like one was a land destruction, one was a millstone deck, one was like a almost like you don't get a turn black deck, whereas like there's no way you can put a creature out there because there's like instead of destroying creatures, it was like the other person has to sacrifice. And it was like it would all depend on the type of tournament that was in, and it was disgusting. Like I would just wipe the board with people. It was bad. But yeah, no, I'm pretty good at card games. Oh, like in the era that I know, like nowadays, I probably missed I don't know 5 eras of cards that would probably decimate whatever the fuck I used to play with. But yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh sucks now. There's too many fucking rules. They changed many rules too. Like the original OG series, they changed that and then redid it and then went back to the original rules and then they kept adding shit to new generations. And then the newer one, it's not even Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. It's like another game called Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm as far as all the cards go, I stopped like right after the pendulum cards. Because those are ones I play with, and I'm like, I don't need any other cards than that. I mean, I have my synchros, my XCs, my fusions. I don't need anything past pendulums. But yeah,
dude, the new game, it's literally another game. They should just call it something else instead of Yu-Gi-Oh. But remember, Yu-Gi-Oh people, they want money. So they're gonna keep calling it Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, Konami basically right now they're mad that a lot of people have dropped off of Master Duel, which is their online game, and I'm like, if you basically set it up to where every card, like every archetype, got a good update, then people would stick around and play. You just cater like to 3 or 4 archetypes, and that's it. And like that's how you kill your game.
Yeah.
Well, hey, check it out, guys. Well, yeah, I got about 6, if I'm lucky, but before I fall asleep, 6 hours of sleep before I got to get up tomorrow. With that being said, I got to end it just because, well, I started too late, and I don't know. I didn't think anybody would be interested. We had a few people interested, and I appreciate you guys all for being here in general. And with that being said, I'll go around the horn and see what everyone has going on for them. We'll start with, well, oddly enough, I'm going to start with King Style because did he actually start something or not?
Dude,
let's see what happens.
I am literally in the process. I've been talking with a certain person.
It's a couple words. Just type it out.
I'm literally talking to them, dude.
I'm gonna keep calling you out. I'm gonna
keep calling me out. I have to prep this shit, dude. I have to do that. I got to do it.
Well, King Style doesn't have anything going on yet, but he will shortly.
I will.
When he does,
I just gotta make sure
it'll be better than my show. He'll blow up very quickly.
I just don't want this to fall through and look like a jackass. So
Hey, dude, I do my shows on the fly like this, and I look like a jackass. There's times where I got like 20 people, 25. I got 6 tonight. It's all good. Life happens.
True that. Yeah. Life does happen.
Yeah.
With that being said, what's going on, Stacey Gardner? Stacey Gardner has been doing well, shit. What have you been doing lately? I actually haven't been able to catch some of your later stream or your newest streams. Have you been playing the new Borderlands? Because I know you were streaming some of the older ones. Have you tried the new one yet,
dude? The stuff I've heard about the new Borderlands, even if it's only on PC so far, I'm like, I'm gonna really wait till they do a sale because that's
I'm
how
actually
they
buying.
make the money.
I'm buying it this weekend. Like I'm gonna buy it and stream it and see what happens. See if people watch me. I don't give a shit.
You probably will get a lot of views because Borderlands 4 right now is blowing up. But geez, let's see. I got a new video tomorrow of Super Gem Fighter featuring my boy Ryu. So if you like Capcom fighting games, that's new to check out. Got videos for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday ready, but that's another thing. And another episode of Rogue Galaxy on Sunday night.
Right on. Well, go ahead and check out Stacy Gardner. He does a lot of video game streams in general. From what I've seen, he usually does a slightly, I don't want to say older games, but I mean, whatever is possibly new and hot. And with the new hotness, go ahead and check out what he has going on. Obviously, you can catch him over here. I've been trying to invite him on whenever he's available. And then, hell yeah, let's go ahead and promote all the people that promote us. I think that's a fucking great idea. And hell yeah, fuck yeah, right? Let's go. Psyker looks like he's muted and might be away from his computer, but we'll go ahead and say Psyker Mantis. Go ahead and check him out. I believe he's also on, obviously on YouTube, but I believe he mainly streams on Twitch. I'm not sure what his exact handle is. I think it's just Psyker Mantis over on Twitch. Go ahead and check him out over there. I'm not trying to diss him on that or anything. It's just like I don't know how many people who use Twitch other than him, but yeah. With that being said, catch me, Syfaxx. I will be on, my co-host channel, who fucking dipped out because apparently I wasn't agreeing with him fast enough or some shit. I don't know. Oh, Rockefeller Plaza. Maybe I was being too abrasive. It's so harsh. You can catch me over on Rockefeller Plaza's channel on, Friday for YouTube and chill at 5 p.m. Eastern time. I believe that would be... no.
2 p.m. where you're at.
No.
8
p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Western time, because he was nice enough to switch it towards my new work schedule, because he is actually a good dude in theory. In theory, you fuck. But with that being said, we will be out of here. And you know what? I don't know. Be better to people, man. And don't be surprised when you're a piece of shit to people that other people react to you. And when they react to you, it doesn't go right for you. Just be lucky that a certain side is in consequent culture and not assassination culture, because one side is in assassination culture, not us, and then one side is consequence culture. Dispute me on that in the comments. Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong, because that's the one thing. Apparently, we haven't caught up to your fucking despicableness. Duh. Maybe you're not as drunk as I am.
Yeah, this is
It's
going
just
to be
fair.
a long night, folks.
No, we're gone. Peace out. See you later. Bye.
Adios.
Later.
Bam.
Whiskey lead a wandering soul to heaven's watering hole. I'll drink to forget a memory, but hell's got one more Next thing I know, we were burning up that dance floor. I didn't know what I was in for. Well, I might be an open sinner, but I know I'm no false saint. That wicked little angel got me praying for some faith. $151 and a touch of fun got her going wild. Sin on my lips after just a sip, it's just her style. Envious stares and crocodile smiles, talk of the scene. Sin for sin will be the ones they could only dream. Next thing I know, we were burning up that dance floor. I didn't know